again, everybody. Welcome to your next yoga class. I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you for joining me on my mat. Today's class is going to be a balance, so yoga for balance. So in balancing, not necessarily about keeping still, it's about all of those tiny micro movements that you can do to come to center yourself. So as much as possible today, this is going to be slow, it's going to be controlled, it's going to be really steady. So it means we're going to have to use our body to stabilize all of those tiny muscles to really hold us and to stay strong, to really work in the practice with intention and with purpose. So in that sense, in that balancing, try and really feel yourself centering. So if you find a point, maybe it's right at your belly center, that you're able to draw yourself together and keep focusing on that. Keep spreading your toes lovely and wide so you find a greater center, a greater place, circumference or area where you can really balance through as well. So we're going to start as always coming into the breath. So turning the palms to face upwards, closing down the eyes. Taking a couple of breaths where you notice where your breath is coming from. Give the shoulders a big roll all the way up, down and back. Tuck the chin very gently into the chest. Close down the eyes if you haven't already, or just turn your gaze to face downwards. Take a couple of sighs out of the mouth if that feels good. And then begin to purse your lips together. Taking your tongue to the roof of the mouth, the back of the teeth. And just work your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. If you're able to, start to move your breath all the way from your rib cage, diaphragm, down into your lower abdomen. Filling your whole body full of air, an extension of the body, of the breath, of that prana, the life force. And exhaling, drawing your belly in and just finding yourself grounding and rooting with every breath. So notice when you exhale, bringing a little bit more awareness to your sitting bones, to your feet, perhaps even your knees, your ankles, inhaling. And exhale, ground, bed those roots in. Feel yourself surrendering to the mat. Breathing in, breathing out. Notice if you can keep moving those shoulders back and down into their place. If you'd like to set that intention, purpose, or a devotion for your practice, perhaps someone other than yourself, perhaps for someone that needs a little bit of grounding themselves. When you're ready, turn those palms to face down. Yourself a moment of stillness, and then when you're ready, start to just bow the head, chin into chest. Notice how the back of the neck feels. Begin to flutter the eyelids open. Plant those fingertips down just out in front of you. We're going to come straight into a yogi toe squat. So from there, you're going to begin to roll your toes over, lifting yourself all the way up, and you're welcome to stay there. You're even welcome to use the block just behind you if you need that little bit extra. If you're able to, remove the block just to the side and just hold that toe stand. Arms can come out, fingertips can be just by your side if you need that extra. Breathing in, breathing out, so working on the underneath side of the foot. Just notice all of those little micro movements that you make with the toes, with the feet. When you're ready, release the fingertips to the mat, uncurl the toes, take the knees wide, the big toes together, drop yourself down into child's pose. Forehead to the mat. Come right back into your breath, a slow, steady breath today to match our movement. And this time as you roll up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra, drawing the knees together. Coming more into a hero's pose, Vasisthasana, curling the toes under, and then just keeping those knees down. So really stretching through the underneath side of the feet, the plantar. Turn the palms to face upwards. And we're just going to hold here. If you want any extra, you can draw the arms all the way up overhead. Tuck the tailbone under. Feel the stretch underneath the toes. You're welcome just to work the knees off again, perhaps one at a time. Come back into the balance, or fall over like me, or drop all the way back down and just take that stretch. So work with what feels good. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Just holding for another 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Really feeling the stretch on the backs. And then when you're ready, release your hands down. Uncurl the toes. Just drop yourself back and feel the stretch that you have on the ankles, on the feet. Walk those hands forwards, making sure the first finger is pointing forwards. You're pressing equally through the hands and especially through those thumbs. Lift the hips round through the back, coming into a cat stretch. As you do so, curl those toes under, lift yourself up and back into more of a half down dog. So we're still working on the toes here, our chest, our belly is pushing towards the thighs, gaze is right between the feet, drawing the shoulders away, lifting the hips lovely and high, and feel that extension through the spine, the length through the body, breathing in, rib cage tucking under, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. On the inhale, lengthen through the legs. Note you can always drop down, come into a child's pose, or exhale, drop those heels down and come into your full down face dog. Again, just drawing the heels out just slightly, so you hide the heels behind the feet, behind the toes. Lengthen through the legs, pushing the thighs upwards, firming up the legs, drawing the belly in. Gaze is right between. You can move the head, yes and no, left and right. Breathing in, breathing out. Start to come up onto the fingertips and start to walk your feet, softening through the knees if you need to, or hiking the hips all the way through to the very front edge of your mat. Know that you can use a block to balance, to bring the earth that little bit closer. Keeping the feet hip distance, you're going to drop down through the heels and slowly, vertebra by vertebra, round up through the spine. Rolling the shoulders back and down, back and down. We're going to keep the feet hip distance apart. Draw the hands, palms facing forwards into Tadasana, mountain pose. Spread those toes wide, ground down through the feet. On the inhale, as you draw the arms all the way up and overhead, start to lift onto the balls of the feet, onto the toes, and come into that balance. Tucking tailbone under, keep your gaze nice and strong, your drishti. Lower those shoulder blades down, turning the palms to face one another. Inhale. On the exhale, as you draw those hands down, start to lower your heels all the way back down to the mat. Drawing the feet together, big toes touch, heels about 1 inch apart. On the inhale, lift and come all the way back up onto the toes. Notice if this is a little bit more difficult than when the feet were apart. Balance on those toes, tuck the tailbone under, move those shoulders away from the ears. Holding, drawing the belly in, breathing in, breathing out. Energy through the fingertips. Energy through the toes, energy through the crown of your head. Inhale, and on the exhale, as you turn the palms down, imagine pressing through water. Release your heels all the way back down to the mat, back into your Tadasana mountain pose. Stand tall, Lift the toes up off the mat. And on the exhale, drop the toes down one by one. On the inhale, lift the arms all the way up overhead. Vasisthasana. On the exhale, lower, bend through the knees, drop the fingertips to the mat. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, flat back, Ardha. On the exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Step back with the right foot, step back with the left into your high plank. Dome through the body, draw your tailbone. Belly all the way in, firm up those thighs, press the heels away, and then drop down through your knees. Either taking ashtan, chest and chin, or just lowering your entire belly down to the mat. When you're ready, ripple through the spine, rounding, and then lifting through into your king cobra, or staying low into your baby cobra. Bhujan, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, and on the exhale, lower down. Inhale, curl the toes under, lift yourself up onto all fours, round into your cat stretch. Curl the toes under, and then lift from your cat stretch with the same height in the hips, back and down into your down face dog. Fingertips spreading wide, heels pressing, all bend through the knees, just keep lifting up through the hips, the tailbone, gazes between the thighs, breathing in. You're welcome to pedal the feet, to move from side to side if that feels good, perhaps even to kick a leg into your three-legged dog. Breathing in, breathing out. When you're ready, lift up onto the toes, gaze between the fingertips, step, jump or walk yourself all the way through with the right foot and the left, the very top edge of your mat. Bowing forwards on the next inhale, lifting. Ardha, exhale, lower. As you lower round through the spine, vertebra by vertebra, head, neck and shoulders last to rise, roll your shoulders back and down. On the inhale, come up onto the toes once again, lifting the arms all the way up overhead. On the exhale, fall forwards, Uttanasana, lowering the heels as you go. Inhale, flat back, lengthen and prepare. Exhale, lower, stepping back with the left leg, stepping back with the right, coming into your high plank. Fingertips pressing forwards, gripping the mat, doming through the back, dropping your belly down to the mat through the knees, the chest and the chin. When you're ready, rippling through the spine, lowering the belly, coming into Bhujan, lifting up into your cobra, or staying into your low baby cobra with the elbows drawing back, firming up the thighs, kneecaps lifted off the mat. Exhale, lower. Inhale, curl the toes under, strong arms, lift yourself up onto your cat stretch, rounding through the back, and then begin to lift your hips lovely and high, and exhale, draw those heels down to the mat, gazes right between the thighs. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Again, make sure you can't see your heels beyond the toes. If you can, begin to turn them out. You're welcome again to pedal the feet, to tread, to move around, drop the knees in if that feels good. And when you're ready, you look between the space in your hands, soften through the knees, step, jump or walk yourself to the very front edge of your mat. Folding, and then on the next inhale, Ardha, lengthening the spine. Exhale, drawing yourself down. Rolling up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Head, neck and shoulders last to rise. Roll your shoulders back and down. On the inhale, rise up through the arms. Rise onto your toes, tucking your tailbone under, spreading those toes wide, moving those shoulders away from the ears. On the exhale, fold forwards if you can, soften through the knees, stay on those toes, or let those heels drop, dropping your hands to the mat, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, lengthen, prepare. Exhale, step back with the right foot, step back with the left. Wave yourself back this time into your down face dog. Gaze is right between the thighs again. On this time, inhale and start to lift through your right leg, three-legged dog. If you'd like, you can begin to bend through the knee, open the hip, stay in your three-legged dog. There's always the option to stay in your full down dog. Make sure you're pressing firmly through the right heel, and you're pressing firmly down through that left foot in contact with the mat, squaring up your shoulders. Inhale, lift the right leg again, and on the exhale, round dome through the spine, tiger curl, bring your knee all the way in. See if you can touch your knee to your nose, to your forehead. Inhale, draw it back, lifting back up, three-legged dog or down dog. Exhale, round through the spine, and this time step your right foot right between your fingertips. Drop down onto the back knee, uncurl the back toe. Inhale, rise, Anjaneyasana. Arms all the way up, thumbs pointing away from you, the palms facing together. Drawing your tailbone under, lengthening through the whole of the upper body. Keep pressing firmly into the back foot. The bum muscles are turned on, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, exhale. When you're ready, start to draw your thumbs all the way through to heart center. Curl, lift up from the back foot and lift yourself away into your high lunge. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. When you're ready, you're going to start to lean the body forwards on your next inhalation. Keeping the thumbs at heart center, grounding down through the front foot. Breathing in, breathing out. Pressing firmly through the right foot, start to lift off your left leg, dragging the foot all the way along the floor and lifting back tall into your standing Savasana. On the inhale, take the arms all the way up and round, lift up onto the toes. On the exhale, slowly soften through the knees, stay on the toes if you can, and rock yourself all the way back onto the heels, taking forward fold. Inhale, lengthen and prepare, flat back, working onto the other side. Exhale, lower. Step back with the left foot, step back with the right, plank, and on the exhale, move yourself into your down face dog. Breathing in, breathing out. On the inhale, lift through the left leg, three-legged dog. Keeping equal weight through the heels of the hands, flexing through the foot of that left side, firmly pressing through the right. See if you can lift that left knee a little bit higher, squeezing your heel to your bum. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, straighten. On the exhale, curl through the spine, down the back, knee to the nose, knee to the forehead. Inhale, lift the leg all the way back up. And on this exhale, as you step, draw and slowly float the foot all the way between your fingertips. Drop down onto the back knee, uncurl the toe. Inhale, lift. Anjaneyasana, make yourself lovely and tall. Turn the thumbs to face backwards, palms face towards one another. Firm up that front foot. Stay lovely and strong. Breathing in, breathing out. Shoulders away from the ears. When you're ready, curl the back toe under. Exhale. And on the next inhale, begin to lift yourself up into your high lunge. Inhale. On the exhale, draw your hands through to heart center. Inhale, hinge the body forwards. Ground it down through that front left foot. Spread the toes lovely and wide. Shuffle your foot in and then begin to slowly slide that foot along your mat, coming back into Savasana. Inhale, draw the arms all the way up and around. On the exhale, stay on the toes if you can. Sink yourself into more of a chair pose, Uktasana. Again, you can always drop those heels down. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale. On the exhale, drop the heels, Fold forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha, halfway. Exhale, step or float yourself back into your plank. Exhale, back and down into your down dog. Moving on from there, know you can always take the first levels, the first rounds of these flows. On the next inhale, lift through the right leg. On the exhale, knee to nose. Dog on the back. Inhale, lift, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, and then slowly release the foot right between your fingertips. This time rising and coming straight up into your high lunge. Ground down, spread the toes wide. Inhale. On the exhale, draw your hands all the way through to heart center. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready on the next inhale, lean the body forwards. This time we're going to work our way all the way through into our warrior three. So as we lean forward, spread the toes wide. You can always take a few toe taps, or you lift, slide the leg all the way up, spreading the toes wide, flexing or pointing the foot is just your preference. Work with what feels good. Inhale is lengthening through the spine. Exhale is dropping that left hip down and seeing if you can lengthen through that right hamstring. On the next inhale, begin to float that left leg through, either coming through to Tadasana first, or lifting that left leg all the way up, releasing the hands around the knee, and coming into your standing staff pose variation, hugging the knee all the way in, lengthening through that right leg, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Hands all the way back through center. We're going to start to move ourselves, transition all the way back through a warrior three into our high lunge again. Inhale. On the exhale, float both hands either side of the front foot this time, stepping yourself back into your plank. You're welcome to take a Vinaysa, Chaturanga, or knees, chest and chin down to the mat. On the inhale, work through the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back, up and down, through cat, into your down dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. And exhale, let the head go, come back to your breath. And we're going to work through that left side. Inhale, lift the left leg all the way up. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Inhale, lift all the way up, left leg. Exhale, draw knee to nose, and this time step that left foot right between your fingertips. Rise and come up, but make sure you're nice and steady. Lifting all the way up into your high lunge. Tucking your tailbone under, bending through that front knee, making sure that front left knee is moving out towards the pinky toe side. Inhale. Exhale, draw your hands through to heart center. As your hands draw forwards, take another breath. Then begin to gaze forwards, lean the body through. Start to draw that foot all the way in, balancing through into your warrior three. On your inhale, lengthen through the spine, pointing, flexing the foot. When you flex the foot, you activate your bum muscles just that little bit more, drawing your belly in, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale, transitioning through into Tadasana, or coming straight through into your standing balance, taking hold of the knee, drawing it in towards your chest, flexing that right foot. Ground down through the left big toe, move your shoulder blades down, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale, releasing the hands, holding the knee up there for as long as you can, working yourself back through a warrior three if you're able to, or just dropping that back foot down, lifting into your high lunge. Grounding down, taking your time there, And on the exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Taking your vinyasa if you'd like to, stepping left foot back to meet your right, doming through the back, chaturanga or knees, chest and chin down to the mat. On the inhale, rise, lift, coming into your cobra, shoulders away from the ears. On the exhale, round through the back, cat stretch first today, and then lifting up and back into your down dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Know you can always take a child's pose at any point. Breathing in, breathing out. On the inhale, lift through the right side, three-legged dog. On the exhale, knee to nose. Know you can always skip this as well. You can always drop that knee down as a variation too. Inhale, lift, right leg lifts. Exhale, this time stepping the right big toe, right foot, towards your right thumb. On the inhale, rise and come all the way back up, high lunge. Exhale, draw your hands through to heart center. We're going to add on from our warrior three. On the inhale, slowly start to draw that foot behind you. Warrior three. Inhale. Exhale. On the inhale, as you slowly start to lift through the leg, try not to use your hands this time, balancing. If you'd like to extend the leg, there is an option to. Pointing, flexing the foot. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, dropping the foot down, sweeping the arms up, coming into chair pose. Tucking tailbone under, reaching through the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, as you lift, transfer your weight back onto your right leg. This time, drawing your hands to the left foot, guiding it to your inner thigh, to your inner calf, or perhaps just a little toe stop, right towards your right ankle, coming into Vritsasana, our tree pose. And again, take your expression of tree today. Perhaps the hands are down by your side, perhaps they're by your third eye, or all the way up and overhead. Keep opening through the side of the body, the side leg, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. When you're ready, start to draw your hands through to heart center. Releasing the foot all the way back around, holding onto the knee. You have an option to draw yourself back into a Tadasana, to a chair pose, or you can float that foot round, coming into your flying Buddha. Dropping your foot, flexing through the left foot, the ankle, the side of that left leg goes onto the right thigh, hands to heart center and drop yourself down and back, coming into that chair variation. The left elbow can come to the left knee, dropping that side down, stretching out the side of your glutes, the side of your hip, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale, releasing the foot down, coming all the way back into chair pose, this time feet together. Inhale, exhale. On the inhale, rise, come all the way up onto your toes. And on the exhale, lower the heels and dive yourself forwards into your forward fold, Uktasana. Inhale, lengthen and prepare, flat back. Exhale, step back with the left, step back with the right. Wave yourself all the way back like a wave into your down face dog. Breathing in, breathing out. On the next inhale, sweep the left leg all the way up to the sky, three-legged dog, keeping those shoulders nice and square. On the exhale, knee to nose, doming the back, or knee to forehead, or knee to ground. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step the left foot towards your left thumbs. Inhale, rise and come all the way up into your high lunge. Spread the toes wide, ground through that back heel, roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, exhale, draw the thumbs through to heart center. Start to gaze down at the big toe, transfer to your standing balance. Breathing in, breathing out. Try not to use the hands this time. If you'd like to, you can always place them underneath. Stretch the leg nice and long. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale. On the exhale, lower that right foot down, hip distance. Reach through the hands and come into chair pose, Uktasana. Tucking the tailbone under, grounding down through the heels. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. On the inhale, transfer your weight back onto the left leg. Using your hands. Taking your hands to the right ankle, the right foot. And dropping that foot all the way into the inner thigh. Into the calf muscle. Or perhaps even just into a toe stand. Right at the ankle. Coming into Uktasana, our tree pose. Again, choose your expression of the pose, palms facing forwards, hands at heart center, hands at the third eye or all the way up overhead. Find your balance wherever you are. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you'd like to, you can always lower back down into Tadasana. You can lower into your chair pose, or you can start to slide that foot over, coming into your flying Buddha. Foot flexes on the left side, the hips drop backwards, hands can come to the heart again if that feels good. Dropping the right elbow into the right knee. Hips pressing backwards, find the full corners of that left foot. We've done a lot of work on this standing leg, so stay strong. Breathing in, breathing out. When you're ready, start to lift. Release the foot down, coming into your Uktasana chair pose again. Strong and steady, tucking the tailbone under, squeeze the knees, the thighs together. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. On the inhale, rise and lift. See if you can come back onto the toes as you rise. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, and on the exhale, draw your heels down, bring your hands back through to heart center. You can keep them either at the heart, or lift your thumbs to your third eye, close the eyes down, and just take a moment to find your feet. If that means spreading the toes wide, gently rocking onto the toes, just before the heels lift. Move yourself backwards onto the heels, just before your toes lift. Move your toes back down to the mat and find the four corners of your feet. If you feel yourself moving around, notice the mind, if it's steady, if there's any chatter, vritta. Come back to your breath. When you're ready, flutter the eyelids open, inhale, take the arms all the way up and round, Vasisthasana. On the exhale, soften through the knees, take your forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen and prepare. And on the exhale, draw yourself all the way back down to the mat. Stepping back with the right leg, stepping back with the left, coming into your high plank. Exhale, draw yourself back down into your down dog. Breathing in, breathing out. On the inhale, lift through the right leg, three-legged dog. On the exhale, straight away this time as you round through the back, drop the foot down, drop down onto the back knee. Uncurl the toe. Inhale, lift, Anjaneyasana. On the exhale, as you release both hands back down to the mat, curl the toe back under and move yourself back into your half, your Ardha Hanuman. Curling the toe if you'd like to. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. From there, we're going to start to take that left hand over the right leg And just start to take a little bit more of a twist. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Start to walk the fingertips back round. This time crossing over and taking a twist through the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Walking yourself back forwards, transfer your weight through. Curl the back toe under, press away. From there we're going to move ourselves straight over onto a side plank. So plant down through the forearms first, onto the full arms if you'd like to. You're welcome to step back to plank and then your side plank through the left arm, or you sweep that right foot straight onto the left and lift yourself up into Vasisthasana on the left arm. Lifting through the hips, the hand can come over. Try your variations of Vasisthasana. If you have more of a tree, you're welcome to lift the leg up. Perhaps come into a balance, dropping the foot down. On the exhale, roll yourself all the way back through to plank. Exhale, lift the hips all the way back up, down dog. Breathing in, breathing out. On the inhale, lift through the left leg. On the exhale, slide the knee all the way through and placing it right between your left thumb. Dropping the back knee down and curl the toe. Lift Anjaneyasana. On the exhale, release both hands down to the mat. Begin to move those hips back, curl the toe back under. Flexing through the foot into your Hanuman. And again, we can start to walk those hands round. This time the right crosses over. And as we do this, we find there's a bit more of a stretch in our IT band. The very side of the leg, the side of the thigh, the quadricep. Move the hands back over. Know you can always drop yourself lower down in this stretch if you'd like to. And you can work yourself round through to the other side. Flexing through the foot or pointing it down, work with what feels good. Moving yourself all the way back round. Hands framing the foot either side. Lifting yourself back up, planting through the foot. Hands walk out, firm up your base first, curl the back toe under, press through that back heel, lift into your runner's lunge. And again, there's the option of coming into your full plank first, or plank down through that right side. Begin to roll onto the outer edge of that right foot and stride your left foot back to meet your right, either to a split. You can always drop down onto that right knee and lift into your side plank, Vasisthasana on the right hand. Work with your variation, what feels good for you. Try and make your base, that right foot, as wide as you can, pressing into the mat, opening through the side body if you have any variations. Perhaps you lift the left leg up, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, and on the exhale, slowly and controlled, work yourself away, all the way through into your plank. This time taking your Vinaysa, knees, chest and chin, or your Chaturanga. If you're able to, wave cobra through the body first, lifting yourself up. And on the exhale, drop yourself down and back into your child's pose. As you come into your child's pose, lift the fingertips up, press the palms away from you. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Slowly round through the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Head, neck and shoulders last to rise. Roll the shoulders back and down. Back and down. Moving your feet just to the side of the body. Begin to stretch those feet all the way forwards. Coming into a forward fold Pashimuttasana. So you can move the flesh from your bottom, flex the feet, inhale, lift. As you do so, really feel yourself grounding down. You can lift your heels up, coming into staff pose first. And on the exhale, dive. Imagine reaching all the way over a ball. Keep your gaze forwards and hold. Lengthen. Turn the palms to face up, thumbs pointing away. Lowering the chest, the belly down. Keep reaching your heart forwards. Lead with the crown of your head. You can release your hands to the mat. Hands to the outside of the feet, outside of the calf. Perhaps you have a yogi toe grip. You take the first two fingers round the big toes, wrapping the thumbs, and keep drawing your belly down to the mat. Keep leading with chest and heart. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you'd like to lower that a little bit more, find your edge, bow the head. Keep lengthening through the chest. Know you can have a slight micro bend in your knees. On the inhale round, mindfully up through the spine. From there you're going to lower yourself all the way down to the mat with control, with purpose. Lowering and surrendering yourself down to the earth. Just make sure there's nothing behind you as you roll down. Flex, point the toes. Firm up your thighs, draw your belly button all the way in. Lowering yourself all the way down to the mat. 5, 4, 3, the shakes are good, 2, and 1. Releasing the head down, taking the arms all the way up, and then dropping the hands down to the mat. Scooting your bum towards your heels. Lifting your legs up and just taking that hold as the legs come up. Flex, point the toes. If you have an inversion in your practice, you like to take a shoulder stand, perhaps even a headstand, if that's in your practice today, or even just Halasana or plow pose. You're welcome to take any of those now. So if you like to take a shoulder stand in your practice, make sure you're supporting your lower back. Perhaps lifting the legs first, rounding, taking your hands to the lower back, walking your elbows in, drawing yourself up onto the shoulders, fingertips pointing upwards, moving your legs so they're over your hips, pointing or flexing the feet. Weight is on the shoulders rather than the neck. Perhaps you draw the feet over one at a time, coming into variations of Halasana. If the toes touch, you're welcome to remove the hands off the lower back. Pointing the toes down or flexing through the feet. Taking your hands, lacing them, lifting yourself that little bit higher onto the shoulders, and then perhaps lifting yourself back up into your shoulder stand. Squeeze the thighs, and then when you're ready, start to draw the knees into the forehead, wrapping the knees around the ears. And when you're ready, slowly releasing the shoulders, lowering with control, using your core, your belly, your hands to gently lower those hips all the way down to the mat. If you'd like a fish or Matsyendra pose in your practice, you can either drop the feet down, the feet wide and knock the knees perhaps, taking your hands underneath the bum. Lift yourself onto your forearms, onto your elbows, push open up the chest. Either keep your chin to chest or let the head drop back. Lots of variations of fish, so find the one that works for you. Perhaps the head drops all the way back. Perhaps you release the hands into a Kali Mudra out in front. You may even release the legs. Lifting the head, releasing, drawing the knees in towards your chest. Massage out your lower back. Release any tension. If you need anything else, perhaps a spinal twist today, any other posture that serves you. Otherwise, begin to lower those feet down to the mat. Draw the knees together. Feet can come apart. Palms facing up. Or into your traditional Savasana, close down the eyes. Take a couple of breaths, inhaling through the nose. Exhale, sigh out of the mouth. Knowing the ground, the earth has now got your back. It's got your full body weight. Breathing in. Breathing out. Get your restorative version of the pose that works for you. Stay here for as long as you like, 5-10 minutes. Soften the breath. Try and continue with your nasal breathing, but there's no need to now take Ujjayi, your ocean breath. Feel your body sinking and lowering into the mat. And then notice the two sides of the body. You're welcome to stay here. Or you're welcome to slowly move yourself over onto your right cheek and shoulder, lifting yourself all the way through into your comfortable seat. And we're going to finish today just with a little bit of breath work. We're going to take our balancing breath, Nadi Shodhana, taking the left hand, coming into Chi Mudra, or just placing the left hand down, turning the right palm to face up, taking your two first fingers in, sealing off the nostril with the thumb. Inhale, breathing in through the left nostril, sealing. Exhale, release out the right. Inhale, right nostril, seal, pause, exhale left. Inhale left. Seal, exhale, inhale right, seal, pause at the top, open and exhale, inhale, seal, exhale. Inhale. Seal. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. Seal. Exhale. Inhale. Seal. and exhale out of the left. Releasing the right hand, palms facing up. Notice the two sides of the body. Notice your breath. Slowly start to bring your thumbs in towards your sternum. Fingertips gently pressing away. Namaste Mudra. Gently bow the head. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh out of the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh out of the mouth. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. Feel your sitting bones, your knees, your thighs grounding you into the earth, balancing you, centering you. Slowly draw your thumbs all the way past your nose, your lips, your eyes, through to the crown of your head. Be grateful of your practice, be grateful of yourself. Show yourself appreciation for the work that you've done on the mat today. Living your life to its fullest, embrace your life with passion, bowing to the divine in each and every one of you, saying thank you as always for coming onto your mat and leaning into your practice. Namaste.